This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Same period of time when it comes to his character and his ability to understand and apply psychology to it.
We see here on the show here, we've got a women's match. We've got Natalya and Paige on one side here and giving the big double suplex to Summer Rae. It's pretty crazy to think that only one of these ladies still wrestling. Of course, Paige forced to retire due to an injury, and Summer Rae just pursuing things outside of wrestling right now. It's also crazy to think about, how much wrestling or women's wrestling inside WWE has changed in 5 years. Of course, Summer Rae's tag team partner here, Alicia Fox. She's on the outside looking for the tag. We should mention we've got some more questions here on Twitter, all about Sting making his debut, and a lot of the questions were about the WrestleMania match. Of course, we know that the creative is going to be that Sting is here and he's going to take on Triple H, and as part of that WrestleMania match that we would see just a few months after this, it would essentially become the NWO with Sting, which doesn't make any sense, and DX. What did you think of the WrestleMania match? Did you think it was overbooked? Were you surprised that Triple H won and not Sting? What did you think of the handshake just moments after they broke a sledgehammer over his fucking head?
I wasn't
Just
impressed
shit
with
on
it.
it, Eric. Just shit on it.
I wasn't impressed with any of it at all, to be honest with you. I was disappointed.
Sting deserved better. It was a major fumble. I happened to be watching that show on a monitor, and a very prominent WWE talent was seated on an equipment box. Very curious as to what the finish of that match was going to be. And when Triple H got the win, this person jumped off the box and stormed off. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Cause like half of this roster grew up a big Sting fan, and Sting's finally at WrestleMania, and well, it's all about the game.
Yeah. But how can anybody that has spent more than 5 minutes working with WWE be surprised that that was the finish?
Yeah.
I mean, really, come on, let's be honest. You could be hopeful that it would be different, but you've got, to be surprised. And maybe that person, I don't know who it was. I don't need to know who it was. Maybe that person wasn't surprised. It was just angry. But, anybody that thought for a half of second life, but particularly in the professional wrestling industry. And it's one of the reasons I have so much respect for Sting.
We got lots of questions about your favorite version of Sting, and I guess we should mention that they even included the TNA version. Michael writes, what are Eric's favorite, what is Eric's favorite version of Sting? Surfer Sting, Crow Sting, Joker Sting, WWE Sting, lots of different versions of the character. Which one's your fave?
Well, I'm partial to the Crow Sting for obvious reasons, because it worked so well. And I think that's what most people, 10 or 15 or 20 years from now, when they look back at some of the biggest names in professional wrestling from the late 90s, will look back at Sting and that Crow character as one of the top characters or favorites. But I have to say, the Joker Sting that we dabbled with a little bit in TNA was a blast. I mean, Steve did a great job with that character. That was a lot of fun. It didn't last long, but for the brief period of time that we played with that character, that was certainly, doesn't even come close to measuring on the Richter scale of success that the Crow character had.
Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future clips that we upload. We hope we made you laugh, and we hope we can save you some money right now at SaveWithConrad.com.